I need to eat. No! No! What? That's not me. Hey guys, it's Jamie and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. I'm doing well with these. Okay, that was a joke. Oh wow, another Minecraft video. How about that? If you guys haven't been following me on Twitch, I've been playing on this world a lot on Twitch. We've been having some seriously fun streams. Yesterday I was streaming for at least 6-7 hours. So we've done a lot, and that's an understatement since the last episode. So I'm gonna give you a quick tour. I did have episode 28 half recorded already, but I watched it back and it was a cluster of inaudible rambling. So I'm kind of gonna do the same thing, but without the rambling. So expect a cluster of inaudible. I don't know. Okay, right. So what's changed since last time? I think we were doing something with villagers last time, or I don't even remember what happened last episode. Either way, we're doing something with villagers. So yeah, this here is my brand new villager breed. This is the villager sorting system. This is where we dump the guy. I'm going to talk about that one in a minute. This is where we keep him. When we don't want a guy anymore, we say, oh, hi, you're 15 string. That's, oh my God. If I had more string on me, I would be trading with you. You can get lost. Who are you? 25, 1 emerald. No. Who are you? 37 cleric. I can get better than you. Goodbye. And he's gone. I'll take you. No, I won't. I don't want that. So yeah, no, and then he's gone down into some form of water stream down there, which takes him down to a processing unit where we can decide where to take him. So the villager breeder is actually up here. I'll show you that to you guys briefly. Basically, this is a bunch of villagers in a 1 block gap of space. Don't ask me how I got them in there. It was a lot of prodding, pushing, and pistoning. They're actually in a block of glass. And when I want to, turn them on, I guess I turn them on, and then they start making the babies. Somehow, I don't need any more villagers, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that one off. And you can see this water stream up there feeds them. That is basically coming from a. How do we get up there? Is there a way to get up there? I think. Okay, yeah, that's the food farm down there, and there's a little water stream bringing the food down, and we can divert it while it's off. In fact, it's going to be storing all the food in here. And in fact, we are completely full of food, so I think it's just going to be despawning up here. Ouch. Yeah, now I need to sort this out. Goodness gracious, that is more potatoes than I will ever need. Cool, so that's the villager breeder. I might do a tutorial. This is from the last take of episode 28, where I was basically fixing this machine, and I was going to do some form of fancy time lapse, but you see, I never got round to it, so I just built it anyway. Yeah. So basically, this is just a system where the villagers are bred. They come in through this water stream. When there's an open space, this piston is open. They fall in. The block extends, so the other villagers go right past. It shoots out some more water because before they were getting stuck. This thing on the back is just a bud switch. I'll do a tutorial. I'm not going to bore you with that now. We're going to jump straight into today's episode with some glorious building, and it's not going to be here in the villager farm. I'm going to save that for some tutorials, and we'll talk about it more at a later date. Today we have some more interesting things to get along with. So I am obviously, since last episode, planning to build the Nexus. It's still happening, believe it or not. It's this giant automatic, fully automatic storage system that we're going to build somewhere over there, I think, because this is like the most ugly. Actually, yeah, no, it needs a Nexus there. So this is the Nexus Fund, because it's going to take a lot to store every single item in the game. And then have redstone, the appropriate redstone and storage to retrieve it at the press of a button. It's going to take a lot of resources. So the first thing we need is a lot of hardened clay. And I've been hard at work on Twitch dyeing clay. We went out to the mesa and we set up a, what are they called? Those speed mines, where you set up a beacon and you speed mine. Because you put it on you have an efficiency 5. That's efficiency 5. I pick you. And then you put it on haste 2, and you can basically mine stone and clay just like sand. It is the best thing ever. So our blocks are really quiet. Yeah, turn these down. There we go. So here are some of our dyes. The thing is, I know we're going to need a lot more dyes, and I want to be future-proof. So I think one of the benefits of building the Nexus is it's allowing us to build a lot of other projects to quickly source items that we might need and will need in the future and for the Nexus itself. So obviously we have a tree farm, so I can easily fill that up with dark oak wood. Same with the chests. Redstone, I mean, there's no quick way to get redstone, so we're just going to have to grind for that one. But clay, no, but dyes. There is a very, very neat way to get dyes. So let's head on over to a random forest over the hills and far away. The Teletubbies come out to Aha. How do we get in here? Okay, so we have come out to well, we've been here before, but I'm showing you for the purpose of the video. Anyway, so this right here, if we press F3, we can see in the middle paragraph, in the middle, it says Biome Flower Forest. Basically, you find lots of flowers here. So these are some nice red tulips, which we can't pick up. Some white, whatever they are, which we also can't pick up because our inventory is full. Some dandelions. Aha! Whatever that is. That is a blue orchid. The reason we've come here, specifically here, because there is a flower forest, if you remember rightly. So it would have been nice to not have to have come out 3,000 blocks to get to where we are right now. But here's the thing about this specific area. This is a flower forest. And this is a swamp. Blue orchids can only be found in a swamp. So I have successfully found probably the only place in this freaking game where a flower forest and a swamp pretty much collide with a river in the middle. This is a river biome. You can see the difference in color here. The grass in a swamp is kind of like mellow and yellowish, and then you've got this light green, and then you've got this very vibrant green in the flower forest. So we're here for these flowers specifically. A white tulip will get light gray dye. A orange tulip, well, you guessed it, orange dye. Red dye, yellow dye, magenta dye, and finally light blue dye. Now, as far as I'm concerned, those are the only dyes that you can get from flowers. You can only get blue dye from lapis lazuli, and you can get white dye from bone meal. Well, you can use bone meal to dye things white, and then ink sacs to dye things black. And I think that's everything. But in order to mass produce dyes, we're going to need to mass produce flowers. So we've come here and built this. But I don't think, and I made a point not to watch any tutorials before I jumped into this, because I did this in the middle of a stream yesterday, and we designed something different. I don't have like a nice way to get up there yet, so we're kind of using this ghetto route. The wood is kind of like the scaffolding, but it's gonna stay because I kind of like it. It's quite. It gives I don't know. It gives an interesting feel. It's a flower farm. It doesn't have to be fancy and futuristic. So basically what we have here are these little segments. And there's one here. And the one we're going to build today is going to be right here. So what these do, and they're very nifty, to be honest. Over on this segment, we can only... Because here's the thing about Minecraft. One block is only capable of spawning a certain type of flower, which makes it very complicated because in this 7 squared space, so 7 by 7 space, you can only get these flowers. In this 7 by 7 space, you can only get these flowers. Now see how we've very cheekily got some of the swampland in the corner there? That is exactly what we want, so we can spawn some orchids, blue orchids. They're very rare because we only have a corner of them, but I think we might be able to extend and build another one this way. Potentially, we'll see. It depends how much we need the blue dye. And this one over here gets the orange and the white, and we need to build one on the end here because I don't think we even have it here. There is a pink tulip. And I want one. So we're going to need a full stack of bone meal. Let's grab that right here. I'm going to go ahead. This back behind this portal here, we have like our stuffs. Let me just dump these flowers in here because we don't need them in our inventory right now. So when we stand in this tripwire here, a little bit of this action. Let me go ahead and turn that down. Okay, so the whole premise is that when a piston, which you can see down there, moves the block, anything planted on the block is going to disappear. It's going to turn into a floating item, which we can then pick up. If we go back into the red stony area back here, you'll be able to see that we have a kind of hopper minecart situation going on down the bottom here with some nifty little redstone to control it. Basically, the hopper minecart can pick items up through an entire block, which is really sweet. So when we turn the machine on, this starts moving, and then we can start planting. Get your ass out of here. The whole idea is that we can just make, we can streamline the farming of all of these flowers, and then to effectively streamline them all together, we have a pipe system that takes all the flowers into one place, which we don't currently have yet. I'm going to make a sorting system for that one. How do we get out there? I need to eat my dinner. It's bedtime. Okay, I think we're going to go take a little nap first, and then get building on this. I'm going to try and do this as quick as possible. I think I've memorized how it works. I don't know. There's only one way to find out, and that's just to do it. And you know how that always turns out. Okay. Well, luckily we have lots for reference. Oh yeah, I was going to show you a demonstration first. Oh my goodness gracious me. See what I just said about things going well? Right. On. So now the hopper minecart, I'm not sure why you can't hear it, is moving underneath. We can stand here, line ourselves up, and enjoy. Okay, is that going to work? There we go, finally. Look at that. That is beautiful. It's a little bit glitchy at times, and I'm not entirely sure why. But it's very satisfying. And you can sometimes see it glitches out, and you can see the tracks beneath it. Okay, that is an entire stack of bone meal complete, and you can see the hopper minecart picking everything up right now. You can see it's missed out on the blue orchids and the seeds. That's because the hopper minecart itself is full. And if we go have a look downstairs and we can see what it's actually doing, there's a little nifty little mechanism that I've put in to make sure... Oh, hello, sword. You can go away, jazzy pants. There we go. So there's a little mechanism here that's ensuring that this empties itself out before it gets sent back out to pick up the rest. Oh, there's another pigman, for God's sake. So there is a comparator here right next to this hopper. When there's anything in this hopper, this comparator is on, which turns off this torch, which pulls back that piston. When that piston's pulled back, the signal coming down, when we turned it on, the on button's there, the wire comes down here, and it can't go any further because this block is moved out of the way. If it were there, it would be powering the rail underneath the minecart, which would send it on its way. So when this is empty, the comparator shuts off, and this piston extends, and then completing the circuit, sending the hopper back on its way. Maybe if we stay here long enough, we will get to see it happen. I think we will. Yeah, we will. When it gets down to 5, I will step back. I'll do it at 10 just to be sure. Right, so we can see what's happening here. There you go. And it sends it back on its way to pick up the rest of the... I just pointed at the screen. I literally just pointed at the screen. It's going to come back now. And then when it gets back on there and it detects there's items in there, block retracts again. This is genius redstone, people. Genius! Amazing. Cool. And that's all done. And now we can actually go down there and see what we've got. And that's look at this. This is just amazing. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Such beautiful results. Do I kill this guy? Just get out of here. I'm gonna be in trouble with those guys. All right, let's build one. I'm gonna try and do it as quick as possible here, but it's not too difficult to build. The redstoney part might be a little difficult, but we'll see. Okay, so first we are working with a 7x7 space. So the first thing we're going to want to do is pick our ground that we're using, and I've already mapped out. You can see there. I don't know if you can see where I was planning on the ground where the blue orchids grew, so I could build this above. And interestingly enough, flowers don't need full sunlight to grow. That is really annoying. I don't think I brought my stone bricks. I'm going to have to go and get those. But yeah, we need to plan out where our 7x7 is going and then fill the middle, except for the edge blocks, with these rails here. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. So what we're going to do now is put these on the edge, make a loop. And the last one points this way. And on this side, we just have to complete the circuit so it goes around this way. And then what we do here is we just make this extend, if I remember correctly. And we're going to need a regular block, so let's go and get one of those. Cool. So what's going to happen here is when it enters onto the track, it's going to hit this, and it's going to go right back around. One thing we do need to make sure that we do is power these rails. We can do that very easily from underneath, just by using a simple line of redstone torches. You want to ask me how many times I've fallen off here? 0. Next is very simple. We're going to want to build out from the platform 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and put a block there, which I already did because I am a genius. That was a joke. Right, and we're going to build this all the way along, like so, until we hit the end. And then we're going to go ahead and simply put some pistons. 1, 2, duh, 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 duh. Cool. We're going to do the same on the other side. Just drop down a block and put a hopper right there. And on that hopper, we're going to need a powered rail. Let's do that right there. Okay. Was this going to be a tutorial? I don't think I actually planned on doing a full tutorial. I don't know why I'm doing a tutorial. I think I'm just going to carry on, though. Next thing, we go a block right there and then a piston right there. Now, I'll explain later why that piston is very useful. In fact, detrimental to this entire build. It's already nighttime. Well done, me. Next step is fairly easy. Just fill this right in with glass blocks. Glass blocks, everybody. Do make sure to leave one block of space between this side, not the other side. Put that right up against the piston, but on this side, leave one block of space, and also plan a way to get out, because I have not done that. No, God. Pyrobatics with Jamie. Next, you're going to want to add a row of your chosen block. I'm obviously using bricks here, just above the grass, next to the glass on this side, and on this side you're going to want to do the same, but one further in. So that makes that you have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open blocks in the middle. Now we're just filling that in with glass. Easy. Oh, fuck. Break the middle block and put a cobblestone wall that I don't have in the middle. Sweet. All right, let's give us some room to breathe. I'm going to build a little platform, and then I think I'm going to add the walls on. Yeah, I'm going to do that because the next part is the redstone on the other side of the wall. Totally. I like that. Now when we stand here, we're going to want the tripwire just over our head. So not on this block, but this block. The problem with having the tripwire here is that when we stand down, we can't do the bone meal because the string is in the way. So we grab our string and we just join it up, plain and simple, like so. See this faint hit box around the string? If you were to try and hit that, it would break the string. So we want it one block behind. That way we can still trigger it and access down there. This wall is to stop us from falling through. Okay, so the tripwire is there. So what we're going to do is on the top of this block, we're going to put a slab, 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 slab. So 2 slabs in a square and then 1 slab on the side. We're going to grab our redstone comparator or comparator, wherever you're from, however you call it. Put it there and invert it. Remember to invert it, otherwise this entire thing is not going to work. And then we're going to grab a repeater and put that right there. Now here's the thing. On the other side, this repeater doesn't go there. That's just redstone. But for the sake of argument, all the repeaters have to be on 1 tick. This is where it gets a little complicated, but don't worry. On this side, it goes like that. Repeater goes here into another redstone thingy. And then we are going to put redstone block 1 down and a repeater there as well on 1 tick. So when we build this on the other side, we're going to replace this with a regular piece of redstone. We're only doing that because we need to jump up the timing a little bit. And unfortunately, we can't put this on 2 ticks because that doesn't work either. So it has to be a separate repeater on 1 tick, 1 tick. And then we're going to send this into a block here. Get rid of that. A block here and here. And we're going to dump some redstone on that block. Down onto this block. Down onto this block. Down onto these blocks. Pretty simple. So all that's done is take the signal from here, bring it down, around, and power all the pistons below. Not that piece of dirt. And this piston as well. So all the pistons have power. That is the simplest form. Now, hopefully when we stand on this, you're going to see they go in and out and they shake it all about. Now, the next bit is totally up to you, but what I'm going to do is put a redstone lamp here, like so. Grab a lever, put that one here, like so. That's what we're going to use to turn the tracks underneath on. And to get the power over, we're going to bring some blocks out like that. And then we're going to need to have the block jump down one, like so. Now, you can choose to do this however you want, but this, in my opinion, is the most efficient way to do it. I'm just referencing the design over there. I'm going to want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... and then we're going to go down. Get rid of that block. Now, problem is, if we put redstone along here, it's going to clash with this wire, which we don't want. So what we're going to do is just put any block there. I'm going to use a piece of dirt just so I know that that it's not actually part of the redstone, but it is part of the redstone. Over there, I think I used a piece of wood. It's probably a better idea, actually, but it's fine. We'll remember that piece of dirt for what it is. We're going to want to continue staircasing this down, actually. So let's just fall down here very, very smoothly and continue that staircase down. Very picky with how I do my redstone. I really don't want that block there. Okay. Needs to be clean. Staircase it down one more. So we've staircased it 1, 2, 3. We go up and down again. So we've made this kind of snaky looking thing. We're going to leave that how it is just for 1 second and put a block right next to that hopper that we put down earlier. Get rid of these. And then we're going to need one of those fancy redstone comparators. Hop here, like so. We're going to leave that. We're not going to invert it. Not at all. We're going to bring that up like so. Get rid of that. Just wasted a block as usual. We're going to need a little redstone torch on the side of this block and then a block above it like so. And then pretty simply a piece of redstone dust on top of the block and a beautiful sticky piston somehow make my life a little bit easier and do that. Okay, and now I'm not too sure if this is a problem, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that block and put it on the sticky piston, just so we know that we start in the right position. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab a redstone repeater and put it in. That's a comparator, genius. I was talking about a repeater. Repeater, please. Thank you. Put it into this block here. And then we're just going to feed some glorious redstone all the way down. And I didn't do that from here. So redstone goes from the switch along here into this block. Yes, redstone on top. The next step, we're going to bring the redstone along. Make sure to step it down. Otherwise, it is going to interfere with this piston. And we're going to want to feed the redstone along and quite simply into that block. Interestingly enough, that is pretty much done. The last thing we need to do is put a hopper minecart there, and I think we're genuinely ready to go. Probably going to want a chest here as well for the moment. Eventually, we're going to connect these hoppers, this hopper up to this little dropper into the stream. But for now, just to test it works, I'll take those stone bricks back. Thank you. Oh. I forgot the redstone on this side. Whoa! Okay, so last thing I think I'm going to do is put some glass here. Aside from that, that was relatively simple. The same thing basically happens, except we don't have a repeater here. But we do have a repeater here on one tick. Goes into this block, triggers this redstone, steps down one, triggers this piston, and then triggers all of these. Side note, for some bizarre reason, this entire design doesn't work without the piston here. I think this just acts as an update to keep the game ticking at the right speed, because this whole thing moves so quickly. I'm not sure, but if you remove this, it won't work. I also didn't mention that the reason we're using a comparator here that is inverted is because that makes a very jazzy, flashing redstone pulse. It's a pulsar. Okay, back to the right. So I think that is pretty much everything, and we can go ahead and give this a go. Okay, now it works, but I have a comment to make. And it's not to you, it's not to me, it's to Mojang. It's to Mojang for making a game that is just so flawless. Oh, that is another joke. If we press F3G, we're going to see the chunk borders. Now, take note, when I go on top of this wire, can you see everything within this chunk goes see-through, except this one, which is outside of the chunk, works perfectly fine. This chunk is glitched. This happened to me on another chunk, and it took ages for me to figure out what the hell was wrong. But I don't think we can actually work with this. Like, we genuinely, if we bone meal this, we have to turn it on first. So we can actually see if the... Yep, see, look, we can see the thing is working, but we can't necessarily bone meal it. We can bone meal it, but not very efficiently. Yeah. See, we can... Nope. We can bone meal it now. That works perfectly fine. But the minute... See, we got our pink orchid ones. There's pink tulips, even. There's just one there. And we... Bam! And it comes up. And then it's collected by the hopper. But the thing is, this chunk is glitched. So what I'm going to have to actually do is go into MC Edit and refresh the chunk. Otherwise, that glitch will never go away. So I will be right back when I've done that. Okay, we are back, and I mean, I've made changes. Okay, a few changes. Basically, the old design wasn't working because it was something to do with the timing. of the pistons pushing the blocks left and right. I don't know. It might have been a broken chunk. Either way, I have a design that is tried and tested, and it works. And it's even better than the last one because this one is fully automatic. Oh, it is beautiful. It's also slightly smaller. So what we have going on, let me show you the inside. I have built another one here without the top on. Yeah, I know. It's a little bit complicated, but it works, and it works flawlessly. What we have going on down here is this dispenser here is full of bone meal. The bone meal goes in that chest, goes down the hopper into this chest, down these hoppers into here. And then there's a comparator on the side of that chest. When there's nothing in the chest, the light comes on. That just means the machine is running low on bone meal. So then we can go refill it. We've changed things around a little bit. So the comparators that do the clocking, the ticking, so the pushing of the pistons are on the back now. They go round along the side of the pistons. And they stop at the end here. This one, however, goes all the way around and also powers the ticking of the dispenser, which is on a 1-tick delay. I'm going to do a full tutorial of the automatic design in a separate video that is completely branded the Automatic Flower Farm Titan, whatever I'm going to end up calling it. So, yeah, it works. It's very efficient. It's very quick. So bone meal can reach up to 7 blocks away from where it is placed, which would be this block. However, I have shortened it to 4 blocks because that is where the majority it ends up going, you know. So the other 2 blocks were just a waste. It worked before when this was in the center, but if this is in the center, then we lose this bit here. So a lot of debris would get stuck on these blocks. Now, the only reason we're able to put this here, because obviously the minecart can't pick up anything that lands on top of this, we have these little pushing pistons here, which activate every time the minecart is released. So when the minecart is released, these activate and push whatever is on that block into above the tracks to where the minecart can actually pick it up. The minecart is intelligent. Now let me show you. What we're going to do here is we're going to leave, let's say, let's just do 29 cobblestone. We're going to leave it there, and then we're going to activate the machine. And I'm going to show you what the minecart does. Now, we are going to pay attention to the minecart on the right here, not the minecart on the left. And it's picked up the cobblestone, and now it is unloading it. This one's about to return. Once this reaches 0, it's going to go again, just to check. The advantage of this is there is no viable way to detect if there is still items at the top. I did try a design that had string and the tripwire hooks. And then I realized how stupid that was because nothing could grow because there was string in the way. So I scrapped that design. But there is actually a way that we can test if there's nothing up top. And that is if the hopper minecart comes back with nothing, it stops going out. But if it comes back with something, then it will send it out once it's done one last time to check for more things. And obviously if it finds them, rinse and repeat. So slightly more complicated, but 10 times more efficient and satisfying. So that is the kind of the basis of the design. The way the hopper actually, the hopper minecart is able to detect that is it uses an AND gate. If the comparator is powered, this comparator here, if it's powered and the machine is off, then it will send a pulse to a T flip-flop, which is this thing here, which would then send a pulse back to the cart. I will explain in the tutorial video, but it's very satisfying. That said, we are changing the overall layout of the flower. We're going to call it the flower... I had a name for it. The Flower Factory. I like that. I like that a lot. So we're going to have one here. We're going to have one there. I tore out the old design because there was just no way that I could upgrade it easily. And we're going to have one on the end now. We originally were going to have another one here, but that chunk was messing with me, and I didn't quite know what was up about that. So we've moved it here, and there's actually more chances here of spawning a pink tulip. So that's grand. And we're going to build those, and then hopefully this whole thing is going to be efficient, and we're going to have a great way to source every single flower in the game. Last but not least, we have found a place to put the item sorter. We have a spot for every single flower that this machine can produce, along with 2 extra for seeds and 1 for any other items that end up in the system. I think we're going to have about 4 levels of chests and then the sorting thing up the top. So that's pretty much everything. Now I got a bunch of building to do, and I need to figure out why the game is lagging so much. That's like 1 frame a second. Did I leave something on? Huh. Weird. Okay, I shall build some more stuff, and we will be right back. Somebody please stop me playing this game. Okay, so we have built all 1, 2, 3, 4 of these machines without any bugs. I think I've ironed out every single bug over the last 6 hours. So it is done. We have a lot of blue orchids, not so many aliums. How do you say these? Allum. No idea. Loads of dandelions, loads of roses, loads of red tulips, orange tulips, white tulips. Not so many pink tulips. They're quite rare, but it's still more than I would probably get if I was searching for these myself. And bear in mind, I have not left the machines on for very long. Some of them have run out of bone meal, which I need to sort out, and the rest, I've only tested. This is just from testing, which is incredible. Some azure boulette, some oxeye daisies, and a bunch of seeds. Cool. So, I think that is pretty much everything at the flower farm for now. Obviously, I've got some prettifying to do. I'm going to make it look a little bit more appealing, but everything is in place. This one here is a great source of pink tulips. In fact, this is the last one I built. I have not tested this one much. Either way, lots and lots of pink tulips can be sourced from this block right here. This was the other pink tulip section, but I believe you can only get pink tulips on the very end blocks over there. Over here we get some orange and some red and some dandelions, and over here, we nearly made that, we get our blue orchids, some more roses, and some dandelions. That is that. That is amazing. So, I'm still not me. Okay, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. It's been a very long one. I do apologize. But hopefully another one of these should be out soon. Take my word for it. I know you don't believe me. You don't. Okay, I'm going to let you go. Have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Hiya! Hiya! Hiya!
Okay, Mum.